Some more history I never learned in school. If you're on Twitter today, you may have seen Lake Lanier trending, and it's actually been documented quite well. Amber Ruffin's show had a whole segment on that town and others like it. Basically, we had a practice of covering up black towns with lakes. So Lake Lanier actually used to be the site of a thriving black community called Oscarville, until they just decided to get the people out and cover it up. So joke's on them. Lake's not content to just drown people. Now we're going to burn some boats. Now there is a logical reason for a lot of the problems happening in Lake Lanier, and haunted or not, it does stem from the fact that all the structures that were in the town are still under the water, including the cemeteries. Some of the bodies were moved, but just like poltergeist, not all of them. Unfortunately, this was a really common practice in the U.S. One enormous lake in Alabama, Lake Martin, actually encompasses two different black towns. Coahuila and Susanna were both thriving black cities, and they just forced the people out, left the structures, took some of the bodies out of cemeteries, not all, and flooded the valley to move a lake and alter the course of the landscape. The interesting thing about Susanna's was there's actually a gold mine in the town. But rather than let black people and residents and owners of the property prosper from it, white people just moved them on out and covered it up with water. Now obviously this is nothing new, but it's also nothing old. This kind of thing still happens. People, for example, like to talk about the Tulsa Race Massacre in the Greenwood District, but they forget that it also happened again in the 1980s and the 1960s too, when they built highways right through the middle of the Greenwood District. So this is nothing new. Shoving people of color off of their properties even in 2022. Why is this important now? It's happening in Tennessee. The town of Mason, Tennessee actually won its lawsuit in May, thankfully. The Tennessee State Comptroller's Office was trying to take it over and force them to give up their charter to be a full city on their own, to govern themselves. And they cited all kinds of bogus reasons that many other small towns in Tennessee had struggled with, but this was the only one they were taking over, and it was the only majority black town. And they did win their lawsuit, luckily. Why was Tennessee so invested in taking this town over and helping those residents get back on track financially? It sits 5 miles from the site of the new Blue Oval City that Ford Motor Company is building. We gotta learn our history, or we'll keep doing it.